What's up, boys and girls? Bruno here with Team UTY. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a Yubel updated deck profile for June. And this deck is absolutely insane. I've been playing with this deck for like a couple months before it dropped here in the TCG. And since it released, even the first wave, I already played with this deck a little bit. And I gotta tell you, this deck is absolutely insane. And honestly, I've been testing this online and pretty much like locals, like big tournaments. So I was able to get second place at a case tournament and a couple other things. And I just want to bring this deck to you guys today because I think you guys are going to enjoy this deck list a lot as well, because I've been having a lot of success online on playing on DB. I was able to get 13 wins and 1 loss, which is pretty insane as well. But without delays, let's go ahead and like see the deck profile and everything. So I'm playing 3 Lotus. Obviously this is the starter for the deck. This is the best card to normal summon. If this goes uninterrupted, it's full combo with Appaloosa. It's pretty insane. And then next card, we're also playing 3 Spirit of Yubel. Same thing. This card is just super nice, protecting you if your opponent will just like attack you. This against Tempai as well is just pretty insane. Just being able to survive another turn and then being able to even like sometimes self-decay your opponent, like self-decays themselves. It's pretty nice. Lotus has a lot of effects as well. I'm not going to explain everything. You guys already know how the deck performs. And then we play 1 of the OG Yubel and 1 of the Terra Incarnate. I'm not playing the second Yubel because I think it's too bricky. Maybe when the new fusion comes out in the TCG, I might play the second one, just because if you open it, like you can just become like a Omni-Negate pretty much, so it's kind of cool. Yeah, and then for the last monsters on the Yubel package, we're going to be playing 2 Grave Squirmers. I'm only playing 2 of this guy because we already have Shavara, which is like kind of substitutes for this. And as well, this is not a starter for you. This is an extender, and this is like sometimes help you dodge like things like impermanence and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm only playing 2 of this. And then for the spells, we're playing triple Prone of course. Actually, we're playing 4 copies of Prone. This card is just insane. Unfortunately, it's not searchable, which is kind of weird, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter much because you can do your combos just with Lotus and like all the other stuff you're playing on deck. But if you see this, is much better. Just being able to extend. If he outs your board or he thinks he's outing the whole board, you can just pretty much summon out a Yubel, which is kind of cool. So yeah, okay. And then a couple more for the engine. Triple Pain. I was thinking about cutting this card to 2, but hard drawing this is so good just because any other dark in your hand that you have, like it will turn into engine, which is kind of nice. So you gotta play 3 copies of Nightmare Pain. It's just mandatory in my opinion to play 3 of that. And then we also play 1 Mature Chronicle, and then another card to help us extend into the Yubel engine is 1 for 1. This card here is just insane. I thought about cutting this, but honestly, you just gotta play this in my opinion. It's just worth it. If you're not playing Shifter in the main, you gotta play that. And then the last card for the Yubel engine is going to be 1 Eternal Favorite. The card is also pretty nice, not gonna lie. I've seen people playing multiple copies of this. I think that's wrong, just because you can brick on this. If you see 1, it's not bad, but most of the time you're going to be able to search this really easily in your combo. So yeah. Okay, let's go with another engine that we're playing deck. We also played a Dark Beckoning Beast engine. We played triple Dark Beckoning Beast and a single Opening of the Spirit Gates. The reason why, it's because you rather see Dark Beckoning Beast every time instead of like opening, which it's funny, like most people wouldn't think much of this card, but this allows you to go into number 65, which is Hand Trap Negate pretty much like early on. So you can play around Nibiru, you can play around like Ash Blossom or Ghost Ogre. You know, they gotta have like multiple hand traps to be able to go through your board that way. So yeah, that's my reasoning why 3-1 on that. And then we also going to be playing 1 Shavara and 1 Chamber. This 2, I think that's like the best choice. I think everyone's playing Chamber right now. They figure out that's like much better to like link climb into like an Appaloosa and then just revive Soul Rage from Graveyard. And sometimes you can just like some double Soul Rage, which is kind of cool. So just keep that in mind as well. And then now we're gonna go for the non-engine. So here we go. That was all engine, and now let's go for the non-engine for the deck. Let's start with hand traps. Let's go with triple Ash Blossom. I thought about playing only 2 Ash Blossom, but I think the card is just too strong in this format, especially like things like Tempai going around, like that they can blow like back row really easily. I think Ash Blossom is just very solid in this format overall. Still, like, hits every deck. Like, there's no exception. Like, every deck gets hit by Ash Blossom, and Branded as well hits really hard. And then we play triple Imperm, which, in my opinion, same thing. Like, it's mandatory. Like, those two are like the best hand traps in a format, Ash and Imperm. So you just gotta play those. And then board breakers right now, we only play 6 actual hand traps. And then board breakers, we play triple Super Poly. Super Poly is just such a nice card to break boards. Like today, I've seen a lot of play. Even like my first game, which was a mirror match, my opponent Super Poly me, which was fine, and I still 2-0'd him. But Super Poly breaks like boards like Voiceless Voice, and like sometimes even like Tempai Dragon. When they have like 2 monsters on field, you can just go ahead and chain Super Poly, and like they lose their turn because they already entered battle phase, and if they can't extend anymore, they pretty much lost. And then a couple more board breakers, and like this is really good as well. Going first, we play double Talents. Talents was clutch today. Honestly, I barely use this effect to draw. Most of the time that I get hand trapped, I just look into my opponent's hand and just rip a card out of that, and then I just keep doing my stuff like normally. And then the last card, I mean, it's not the last card for the main deck, but we also play One Call by the Grave for the spell. This is just anti-hand trap, you know, and works really well with Talents because it doesn't negate the activation or anything like that, so it's kind of cool. And the last 3 cards in the main deck, for 41 cards, we're playing triple Skill Drain in the main. A lot of people think that this is like better going on the side, and I can see that maybe like adding like Ghost Ogre, you know, to the main, that might be like a good thing. But my opinion right now is that like today, like even against like Voiceless Voice, and she had like a whole board going on, like everything was up, and then she went into Appaloosa for 3 negates, and I didn't need to like play through Appaloosa, I just needed to set up my board. So I had Skill Drain set, I had Nightmare Pain on the field, and I had Spirit of Yubel in my hand. So I just passed turn on her draw phase, I just Skill Drain, and then she tried to like build a board to like punch me for attack, and I already had Nightmare Pain on field, so I just activated Spirit in hand, and then like that was game pretty much because she was obligated to attack and she was taking all the damage back, and it was like looping, summoning back the Yubel monsters. So that was really good. And then let's go into the extra deck right now. So like I said, 41 in the main, and extra deck obviously going to be 15, but 1 Loving Defender, 1 Mud Dragon, and 1 Garura. These are the best Super Poly targets in the game right now, and I mean this is the best one by far, of course, but these two like hit the most of like the decks, so just gotta play those, you know. So, yep. And then that was it for the fusions. Now for the links, we play 1 Owl Mirage because it helps you like link climb sometimes when you have Dark Beckoning Beast, so it's really good. We play 1 Yama and 1 Rage. We also play 1 of Anguish because it's really good like going first, being able to like link climb using one of your opponent's monsters. And maybe I might be adding Access Code Talker in the next deck. I've been seeing like videos of it, and I think that's kind of cool, like going to Anguish into Access Code and just like punching for game like crazy, which is kind of cool. But yeah, and then a couple other links. We play 1 Little Knight, 1 Woodcracker. Those 2 are targets for your Anguish. I mean, Anguish can go into Rage as well, but normally Rage goes into Little Knight or Mudcracker. So yep. And then the last link in the deck is going to be 1 Appaloosa. Appaloosa is insane. It's part of my main combo that I go into, so it just hits like most decks. Appaloosa, that's what I think about it. And then Xyz, we have 1 number 65, 1 Varudra. These are our negates, so that's kind of cool. This is mandatory to play. this right now as well, in my opinion. And then the other Xyz, we had 3 more Xyz. We play 1 Gustav Max, then we play 1 Juggernaut Lieb, and for the last Xyz, we play 1 Typhon, just because it's really good. It's just really good. I thought we couldn't summon Typhon because their monsters are 0 attack, but ends up that no, we can use like any monster. It doesn't have to have attack at all. And then for the side deck, let's close this right now. We have triple shifter. Gotta play the shifters. Shifter is so nice this format still. Even against Tempai, they say like they can play shifter, but it hurts their deck so much just because they can't go into like their graveyard like recycling engine. They lose really hard to shifter, in my opinion. Like especially against Yubel, they lose really hard to shifter. They need their graveyard to like loop. Okay, and then we play triple Bell. I'm thinking about swapping Bells for Ogre, Ghost Ogre right now. And the reasoning behind that is just because, like, it hits like Tempai really hard, and I think that's like a deck that I've been like underestimating a lot. But it is a good deck overall, but it hits like Snake Eye, it hits like most decks right now, so it's just really nice to see Ghost Ogre. So, but this is good against Lab, so that's why I play this right now. Against Lab matchup like trap decks and stuff like that, Ogre is really good. And then we play triple Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic is also a really good card. Just outs like Floodgates, good against Runic, good against a lot of stuff. It's hard on time because you gotta pay life points, but overall this card is insane. And then traps, we play triple the Barrier. The Barrier is just so nice, like against like so many other decks, like Voiceless Voice, Tempai, any Ritual, Fusion, Xyz, like branded, like this card is awesome. So it's just a must off, you gotta play, you know. And then for the last 3 cards in the side deck, I mean, we play triple Evenly, which I love this card. It grew up on me more than I thought, this card. Especially against the mirror match, you make them go first. They set a whole board, you even them, and it's GG, I feel like. Against a lot of decks that don't build like Omnigates, this is really good. Against Snake Eye, this is really good as well, because they'll have like a whole board, but they don't have like an actual Omnigate, so that's kind of cool. But, well guys, that's pretty much it for my deck profile. I don't think I missed anything, but if you guys have any questions about like why do I play this way or like anything, like just feel free to leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.